WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Today I have another, the fourth and the final in my series of Adelphi. Breath of the Isles. It was 2007 when it was distilled, 2021 now when they actually bottled it. A 14-year-old secret island whiskey. 344 bottles, 59.1%. Look at the color. One of my syrup sherries is what I'm going to call it here. Now, Adelphi has a nice little plan. Is they actually name their no-name whiskeys, their mystery whiskeys, Breath of the. So I've actually had a Breath of the Space side, and I've had a Breath now of the Isles. So, which means this bottle was distilled on a island in Scotland someplace. So, can we name some of the islands that we have? We have Highland Park up in Orkney, Scapa as well. So we had Orkney. We have the Isle of Mull, which would be Tobermory or Legic. We have Skye, which is today either Taliska or Torabeg. And we also have then our Arran. So Arran would be there probably either the Loch Ranza or the Lag. Lag is then peated and not yet on the market. Islay doesn't count because Islay is its own little region. So I have already had this once, so I think I know what this is. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the right bottle here. I only have almost the right bottle. I think this is an Arran. I think it's very similar to the quarter cask, only in the sherry there is a sherry cask. That would be 55.8%, which I don't have. And so I'm just comparing it now here to the Arran quarter cask. Now, I like that system of not knowing what distillery this is, because I therefore have to totally trust then the brand. So did the brand actually buy the best possible bottle or cask they could and are bottling it now, or are they actually just bottling any junk they can find? Adelphi prides themselves on rejecting over 96% of the casks that they receive. They only keep 4%. And so this must have been a beauty. At least that's what Charlie McLean kind of thought. At least he's one of the jurors, or one of the people who decides if a cask gets rejected or if it stays. So the color is, of course, here a nice dark sherry color. So you see that here, and this is the quarter cask from Arran. Why did I think it's the Arran? Because first of all, the smell, and also because of the mineral type of limestone moment. Now, I call this a little bit of either the mineral / sawdust moment. When I drink the whiskey, it's a very, very dark type of dryness in my throat, and that's what I get here, and that's what I get here as well. Now, I may be totally wrong, but I do know that this is not peated, and I do have the feeling that is very, very similar to the Arran, and especially the sherry cask that I've had. The sherry cask costs over here less than 50 euros. This is 99.90. So you're paying basically double for only two separate features. Number one, the name Adelphi, and number two, an age statement. So here we have the 14-year-old age statement, and on the Arran we have no age statement. All right. I get a plum. We have plum marmalade over here. It's a plum jam. That's what I'm getting here, a lot of. There is a nice little clove moment behind there. There's a chocolatey moment. I like this. There's vanilla. There's some red berries in here. So a bit of like an artificial cherry lollipop moment. Very, very, very well done. I can recommend this bottle. Now, the problem is, of the 344 bottles, this was a refill sherry hogshead. There aren't that many left. Whiskybase number 180516. At the moment, they're only in the Netherlands. There's a couple bottles over there. A couple bottles made it up to Norway somehow. I don't know. But here in Germany, where I bought this bottle from here, you can actually see it's imported by Rolf Kasper here. Let's wait for it to focus. The Rolf Kasper GmbH here in Essen. They are basically sold out. So apparently the grapevine functions very, very well in the whiskey community of Germany. As soon as someone buys one bottle, they tell everyone, hey, great bottle, go buy it. Well, usually I tell people go buy it after I have bought my second bottle. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit selfish. And so I would go buy my second bottle, and then I would tell the whole world, hey, this is a great bottle, go buy it. And then they go out. And there's some people that have even a more larger circle of influence than I have. So I'm a little bit late to the game. This appeared in Germany in April. This is now the end of August. And so sorry about that. I'm a little bit behind on my, not on my filming, I'm behind on catching up on the amount of bottles I bought and I've shared. And so actually sometimes you'll see that I post maybe even 2 videos one day. I used to, in my German for the last 4 years, I've been doing daily videos in German. So I started 5 years ago, 5+ years ago, and 4 years ago, I started going daily. Now, daily meant that on Sunday I would do my live stream, and so I didn't post a review. About, I don't know, 6 months ago, I started posting on Sundays as well because I had just more bottles I bought and I shared than I can actually do videos about. And now I'm starting to actually trying to catch up by adding maybe even two bottle reviews on one day, maybe once or twice a week. So I'm doing up to 10 different bottles a week on whiskey reviews in German, and most of them make it also to my English channel, which you see here now. So, and then I still do some tastings on the weekends and do some community roundtables and all these other things. So it's a lot of fun, but there's a little bit of work here being a part-time YouTuber. All right, so very, very good. All right, let's try this, 59.1%. Love the nose. Hmm. Hmm. So the Mortlach from Adelphi was old school sherry. This is new school sherry. This is a syrup sherry, but it's very, very well done. I especially like the fact that this is a refill sherry hogshead. Perfect, perfect, perfect moment. I remember talking with George Grant from the vice president from Glenfarclas, the dad, which is older. He still is the president and the owner, and George Grant will take over. And he talked about the first fill sherry butts. Get them out real quick. Fill them, empty them, and then the second fill. Ah. The third fill, leave it a little bit longer, great. And some people actually like a fourth fill. Not my thing. And that's exactly right here. This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cask. I'm really looking forward to some of my own casks that I have at the moment in Germany as well. I'm in the process of emptying or bottling them in the first fill, and some of them were a little bit over oaked, and some of them were almost, they were very intensive in the fruit flavor categories. And then the second fill, let them lay a tiny little bit longer and then fill them all. That's exactly what you want to have. So sometimes, and that's the last statement before I go back to my whiskey, is a virgin oak cask too much for the whiskey? A second fill or first fill bourbon cask, the second time you used it, might actually be the optimal vessel for a spirit that should mature for 15+ years. All right, so adding a tiny little bit of water. This is a B- whiskey. I'm going to give it a C- for value for money, just because I still think 100 euros for a bottle of whiskey is a heck of a lot of money. So I don't know if I've had a whiskey at this this quality at this price so far. But yet I'm not really going to say buy this, buy this, buy this because it's the best in the world. I would prefer, from the value point, to have the Aaron Sherry cask, which is like 80% of this. So, and you're going to pay double for that last 10%, last 20%, which is not unusual in the world, yeah? So I'm more of an 80% guy myself, so I think I would actually be more satisfied knowing I only paid less than 50 euros for a Aaron Sherry cask than going out and buying a single cask, Breath of the Isles, drinking it with myself and my friends, and by myself and with my friends. I think I would rather have the somewhat more economically advantaged bottle there. All right, a little bit of water. Mm. Mm. There is an underlying general sweetness to this whiskey, which I personally like. If you're not a sweet tooth, steer away from this bottle. But the more water you put in it, the better it gets with the sweetness, and that plum and the cherry takes over a little bit more. You have the vanilla, you have the clove, you have the chocolate. very, very well manufactured, very well refined and developed and done. Well done, well done. Thank you. That might have been my highlight for the value for money from Adelphi. Of the four that I had, I'm going to go, this is my favorite just because of the price. And then the Mortlach would be actually my favorite if it was the same price, but it costs almost 200 euros. And then we have the Glen Borrowdale, which I didn't really like. And then which I really didn't like, and that was the Glenrothes because of the sulfur. The 13-year-old, which was also 99 euros. So those are the four I got here. So there were new releases to Germany. I got them directly from the German importer. Thank you very much, Ralf Kirchner. Kasper, no, I'm sorry. Oh, wow, that was someone else. Also, Ralf Kasper, that is in Essen. Thank you for that possibility to actually get some of these new releases. And it's always a pleasure to see what Adelphi is doing. On the comparison side, real quick. There's a lot of overlapping there. The sherry's missing, but the basis, the foundation of they're very similar. I would actually bet, I'm not a betting guy, but $10 that this is from Aaron. Not more. But if it was 5-to-1 odds, if we take a look at the 5 different islands, that it could be, if it was a 5-to-1 odds, I'd put $10 on Aaron and hopefully I'd win. All right, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for subscribing. What is your favorite? Oh, it wasn't what was your favorite. What other brand names do you know of mystery or secret whiskeys? So this is the Breath of the Isle. That was how Adelphi ways of saying. We didn't buy the name of the distillery. You can't put it on the bottle. So what else do we use? Breath of the. I know Secret Speyside. I know Mystery Speyside. I know Breath of the Isle. Anyone have any other ideas or any other examples of people using a secret code? Well, okay, SMWS has a code. They literally have a number on there instead, and you have to look at the table and you know exactly which one it is. So help me to show what other people have done in the past to get around that naming right issue. Like, subscribe, tell others, and thank you very much for watching. All the best. Bye-bye.